Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Table Talk podcast. Takeaway Table Talk
The Takeaway
podcast.
Table Podcast.
Man, we're still struggling on a name. So if you guys have any suggestions, lay them out, man. Lay them out.
I don't know how we're going to read your suggestions, though. Wait.
Instagram.
You can find us on Instagram.
Or Facebook or YouTube.
And tag us or follow us up and let us know what you think.
If you're joining us for the first time, thank you for stumbling across the podcast that is about to change your life.
Prop.
It will. And we've got
Fire.
a couple of special guests with us this episode because, why not?
Why not?
Before we introduce them, have you brushed your teeth today?
No.
PSA, thank you.
Yes.
Ladies, welcome to the studio. We've got the returning Mel Bell.
Hi.
Love.
Thanks
Hello,
for having
Mel.
me back.
It's so good to have you
Welcome.
back. We had a great we had a great podcast the last time you were here.
I had a great lunch with Mel too.
Yeah.
We talked about life.
What do you guys eat?
Okay.
Chap fun.
Or what do you call it?
Chap fun.
No, there's another nickname for it.
For the chap fun?
Yes.
There's
rice.
You were like chuck fun.
we go into the coffee chops.
Chop.
We go to the coffee chops to have some chap puns.
Okay, and if you are you have no visual aid, you could watch this on YouTube. Just let you know.
Yes.
We also have a brand new addition to the table.
Who?
New dish.
Who that be?
She's no stranger to the camera. She's no stranger to some of you guys who've been watching Core and TMT stuff for a while now. It is the one and only lovely, talented, beautiful.
Anchant.
You were not expecting that.
Not expecting
Hi,
that.
Tiara.
Hey, Anchant.
Tiara, tell us a bit about yourself.
My name's Tiara
That's great.
Anchant.
What do you do?
Anchant.
I am a showrunner here on The Takeaway.
Also,
Yes, Tiara's one of the
love it.
writers and showrunners.
Also, lovely coincidence, both these ladies here are very good at acting.
Yes, they are both amazing
I'm
actresses.
not talking about, I'm not actresses. They're not good
Well.
at acting, like, faking it and stuff. No.
Well,
They are
thanks.
great. Tiara is based in the theaters of the high life.
What?
Maybe too difficult for us plebeians to understand.
Yes.
But no, Tiara's a great theater actress.
Yes, she
she
is.
also
She's
acts
won
in
awards.
videos. And Mel, if you have never caught the previous episodes, Mel is also an actress, born, bred, and into just since she was a kid.
Yeah.
Flew
Yep.
overseas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Came back.
Yeah.
And amazing people, legit actors.
Ladies, how are you feeling this evening?
Because
Nervous.
we about
Nervous?
to bring it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
What actually are we talking about today?
So today we had a couple of topics that we were going to speak about, but then I don't know how, but the plane landed on this one,
Oh.
and it is, brace yourselves for everyone who's listening in the car. You might want to take a stop.
you don't have to brace themselves.
You
By
don't
the
have
time
to. You're already
get
strapped in.
You're reading the title.
You're already that's true.
actually,
Okay.
okay.
Today's topic is relationships, long term, short term.
Or for the term break.
That's
Whoa.
crazy. I don't know if that's
Whoa.
Summer
Okay.
relationships, flings.
flings, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so let's
I?
break down let's definitively break down the
Right,
topic.
right.
Relationships, we're classifying them to two right now for this episode.
Okay.
There's the long-term relationships
Okay.
and then
Okay.
there's the short-term relationships.
Okay.
By that you
Now-
mean flings.
Long term is like.
I mean, you can call them whatever you want. You
Like-
hit it and quit it.
can I just?
Bangarangs.
All right,
I mean,
No,
Can I
no,
just-
can't say that. I can't say that.
That's what a term break is.
All right,
Okay.
I
that's a
just
term
want to.
break.
Okay, let's define it a bit.
Okay.
A long term relationship is till death do us part.
Okay. Wow, that's long.
Okay, a short term is like 3 or 4 years didn't work out, and a term break relationship is like, hey, what's up? And I'm done.
That's crazy.
Like
Like
tree.
return it.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's all take turns sharing.
The worst thing we've
No.
Oh,
your shortest relationship
Oh no,
and your longest
This
relationship.
is bad.
MingH can start first because he's still in his longest relationship.
I am currently in my longest
You have
relationship.
to be.
Yes, there is no. I have chosen not to choose anymore.
Wow.
Aw,
So I
lovely.
am in a relationship of, we dated for almost 3 years.
Mm.
We got engaged for 2 years, and this year is going to be our 2nd year anniversary.
So that's what
Oh.
7 years.
7 years.
That's crazy.
That's 7
Okay.
years, and we got one BB now.
BB.
One
Little
baby.
BB.
Be
Little BB. Yes.
And shortest one.
Y'all don't even know.
Actually, I do.
Actually, the team
It's
does.
such a good one.
It's not something I'm proud of.
Yeah.
I was young and stupid. But that aside, I don't think anyone's going to top me in this.
Okay.
My shortest relationship is half an hour.
Whoa,
half an
that's
hour.
crazy.
30 minutes.
Is
Okay,
that,
you know
one
what?
episode.
It's at a point where it's like, is this even a relationship?
I feel
Yes.
like if you no the fact that you remember it as a relationship means it meant something.
Right,
Correct.
because I fulfilled the conditions of relationship.
Okay.
I asked,
Correct.
there was an acceptance, and there was an end.
Yeah.
In
Oh.
the,
That's
but in the
called
span of
commitment.
half an hour.
What?
I committed for at least 28 minutes, guys.
Can you pray tell? Can you tell us a little bit more about this half an hour relationship?
So
Why? When? How? What?
It's a time where I was a stupid young boy.
Yes.
I guess I just got swept up with the emotions of maybe it's cool to have a girlfriend.
Oh no.
And it was like, I think it was like a school break. I was like, we went out like to the playgrounds. And
Wait, how old were you?
yeah, don't worry about that. No, we didn't go to the playgrounds. We just went cycling a lot. We were quite
Okay,
young.
okay,
I think
okay.
it was like early secondary school.
So
right?
no car yet.
No. So like 13 or 14. 13 or 14.
Okay.
No car at all. And I thought like, hey, this is quite special, us cycling together every day. It's
Okay, that's really cute.
and whenever I looked over at
I
her,
hate
she
it
looked back
already.
at me,
I hate
and
it.
her eyes were pretty small, so I wasn't sure if she was smiling or just
Oh,
it was
no.
the wind in the eyes, I'm just putting a bit of salt and pepper into this, and I thought like after like maybe 2 weeks of cycling together, I was like, hey, we got something special, and like I didn't think about it. I was like, yo, I gotta ask you right now.
You want to take it to second gear?
Yes.
Ooh, Mel.
Because I don't want to hit that.
Bicycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Second
I
gear.
see.
Okay, thanks,
You,
girl.
I see.
girl, you want to
Yeah.
take it? Because I'm not pulling the brakes.
That's disgusting.
Obviously,
we're gonna
honestly,
accelerate
I did
really
not pull
quickly.
any brakes. I was like, I called her up. I'm like, hey, just want to say that I feel something between us.
Oh.
Would you like to be my girlfriend?
Ooh.
And she was like, yes.
You called?
Yeah, I called her up.
House
Called her
phone?
up. Yeah, house phone.
Oh.
I had no hand phone.
That's
I
true.
had
the time.
none.
Okay.
She was like, yes. I'm like, wow. Cool.
Okay.
Bye. And like I was like happy for like 5 minutes, and then suddenly this creeping, unnatural feeling came over me. This weird, foreign, new feeling, which I now interpret as commitment. For a 15, 14-year-old, I had no idea what it felt like. I was like, why is this? What is this? What am I feeling? And I got scared, and I was just like, okay. Maybe you guys got to rip off the band-aid. Like, do it quick. Because in my mind, like, if I let this go on, it might hurt more.
This is so bad.
So after about 28 minutes of thinking, I called her up.
I love this.
And I'm not proud of this. I think it's half an hour because I really don't know. But I know I called it really quick. I don't know. And I'm just like, you know what? I think we're not made for each other.
Ooh,
This guy is sick.
I'm pretty
this
sure
guy is sick. I love that.
there's someone else there made for you, but I'm not the one. Okay, bye.
Oh wow.
Disgusting.
Did she get to say anything?
No, yeah.
At this point, I can't remember. But I know she was very hurt because we didn't go cycling anymore.
Oh no.
Oh,
It
that's
was.
so
It was.
Okay.
It's not something I'm proud of.
Okay. I mean,
I don't
we-
know. I don't. At this point, I don't even know if it's half an hour or like a day or two.
I'm
But
s-
I know it ended and started the same way.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly tell my story because I need to order some food for some people. So
What is happening right now?
I gotta order food for like Joseph and Maggie.
Are they?
He's
bedridden. Oh wait, he is.
He is. He literally is.
Okay. Okay. Tell you what. Why don't you order your food
yeah.
and let the girls tell
Okay.
their stories?
Mel,
Let me host this. Okay,
Mel, what's yours?
Mel, what's your shortest relationship?
6 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's who I was
Considering
You
you
want to know
Yeah.
my second place?
Why?
1 month and a week.
You little.
I didn't pull the plug though.
You didn't.
Wow.
Right.
Wow, you-
So 6 months.
Huh.
How did that start and end?
This was New York.
Lovely.
Oh.
And you see, okay, I'm not really a dating kind of girl.
You're,
Okay,
you're not a
I-
dating kind of girl.
I don't really do. I never did the whole dating
Right.
thing.
Okay.
Because like we were talking about the topic, I'm kind of like, if you don't instantly have that kind of
Raw.
little fire,
Raw
the
fire.
spark,
When I look at you like,
oh,
oh no, sorry.
actually, well,
Oh my god.
no, I mean, look, you gotta have that kind
Rawr.
of like attraction.
Yeah.
You gotta like, it's like,
Like,
but-
put your hands on my body.
Mel.
I guess.
She is not saying no.
No, but no.
Okay.
There's I gotta. you gotta have that,
Yeah,
that
feel that
connection, and
feels.
then it
Right,
feels, and if I can see myself, I can vision, can I wake up next to you every day
Oh.
for a long
yes,
time?
that's
like
actually
that
very
kind of thing.
important.
And then,
No, that's actually very important because if I can picture myself waking next to you,
Totally.
I can smell your morning breath and still say I love you.
yes.
Okay, so 6 months.
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, so I just came out of a long-term relationship.
Okay.
I want to say that was my proper first heartbreak. Like,
Oh,
I was
no.
heartbroken.
That means this was the rebound boy?
He was a rebound boy. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. But I was in long-term. This is the love of my like I was like the love of my life at the time.
At that lifetime.
I was heartbroken because he left me. He left me. But so this was
Wait,
I was
how
on
old were you?
20
Okay,
20,
let's just put
21. I was
Okay,
21.
cool,
I was
cool,
21.
cool.
And so I just came out of like that long term, getting over a heartbreak, blah, 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 blah. So I would say this is the first person that I dated that I truly did not know before. Like, we weren't friends. It wasn't like, I think how it is here. It's like
Okay.
who you know, right? This
Right.
was really like somebody
Fresh.
that I had I met sort of like for the first
Right.
time.
Right.
We did kind of go to the same school, but,
Okay,
and
cool.
then he asked me out.
Okay.
And against my like own like
I just need some
Your
company
instincts.
right
no,
now.
right?
Your instincts.
I thought, you know what? He's like such a nice guy. He's like obviously raised me well, manners, like
Right.
knows how to treat a lady right, opens doors for
Good
you.
guy, good
what
guy.
like
Right.
yeah, chivalry. And I was like, he's nice. He's sweet. Let's do it. Give him a shot. And he was not my type. There's a complete opposite of
Story
my
of my
usual type.
life.
Yes, I did that, and there was it's my bad.
said yes.
Totally my bad. I was like, okay, I
Okay.
was like, okay, let's go on a date with you.
Okay,
And
okay.
I thought, okay, yeah, it went pretty well. And I did feel a little bit bad because I think I totally was just
Okay,
kept
so what
saying
triggered
yes
the
to
end
dates.
then? Then what triggered
Okay.
the end?
The thing about getting to know a stranger is you
Mm-hmm.
either continuously get to know and like them,
Yeah.
or you get more turned off by them.
Right, because you don't know anything
You
about
don't know
them.
anything. And the
Right.
longer we started dating, the more I was like, oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it went to
Yeah.
to oh.
Yeah.
And oh no.
yeah.
Oh, and then just went to no.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So long story short, didn't know enough,
Yeah.
turned out bad, got
Yeah.
out.
Got out.
Oh, I'm so sorry if you're
Poor
listening to
guy.
this.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I hope,
Hope you found someone better. Not to say better, but
For you,
someone
for
for
you.
you.
Someone
Mutually,
for you.
mutually,
Right,
I
right,
think.
right.
Mutually on
Correct,
both
correct.
ends.
Guys, we got to chop. It's 12 minutes. We haven't got to the point yet, man.
Tiara, what's your shortest relationship?
Well, I am in my first relationship.
So you are
So it's the
basically
shortest
in your
and the
longest
longest?
Yes, correct.
That's amazing.
Exciting.
Longest.
That's
So
exciting.
excited.
That's exciting.
So how did it end?
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. How did it start?
How did it start? Actually, I'm not too sure.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like we were friends first.
I really
we
hope
had
so.
mutual friends.
Great.
And then one night,
then,
the moon hit you just right.
So every time we hung out with this
And then
friend.
just...
Are you telling the story?
Sorry.
Yeah. So we hung out
Oh
with
my
our
God.
mutual friend, and then eventually our mutual friend wasn't in the picture.
Oh
Right.
no.
And then we were hanging out, and I was going through this like, as I grew up, I was like, you know what? I can hang
Diarrhea
out.
emotions.
Hey.
Okay.
I can hang out with boys without.
You gotta speak.
Yeah. You can do it alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hang out with boys without assuming that
They want me.
that
Right.
I'm not gonna be shocked and deary and
Right.
assume the kind of things. So yeah, okay, we hang out. But then I think one of the things that attracted me to
This boy.
my boyfriend now, is that he
Can we
he
name
is
drop?
very
No. Let's continue. Let's just
Okay,
continue.
okay.
okay. He's a very funny guy,
He
and
is.
and what attracted me towards him was how he talked about his family when we were together. So that was
Because
like
you're a
the
bit of a
initial-
family girl, aren't you?
She
Yeah.
is a family girl.
You're a bit of a,
Yeah, where this accent coming from? Yeah.
See.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that's
Yeah.
that's your first relationship you're in.
Yes.
So we
So
can't really
it's-
ask much of
okay.
the end because
Yeah.
we're not intending it for
Yeah.
there to be
That is
that.
correct.
My
shortest.
my shortest relationship was from recess to the end of school.
Oh my
So
lord.
that's what,
heaven.
6
You are
periods?
disgusting. This
Excuse
brother-
me. No, the thing is, this girl cheated on me.
Oh,
This
In
girl
the
cheated
span
on
of
me.
6
No,
hours?
listen. We were together. She cheated on me. During recess time, she came over to me. She was crying. She said, "I'm so sorry. Can we get back together?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally. I still like you."
Okay.
And then I knew right after that, when the bell rang, I was like, "I've only got 6 periods to end this, man." So after school, we met up, and she was like, happy because we were together again. And I waited for my mom's car to come.
Oh no.
And just as
Oh,
my
no.
mom pulled up and stopped, and I was like, hey, I gotta go. Okay, see you tomorrow. By the way,
we out.
I don't think we can be together anymore. And I didn't even wait for an answer. I just walked off.
Oh,
And that was when I knew I could be an actor.
yeah, that was very orchestrated.
Yes.
It was
Wow.
very,
That was almost
Just
diabolical.
close the door.
yeah.
So that was my shortest one.
Wait, but
longest,
that means you were in a relationship with her before.
before that, which was about a week. So, so I'd say like reigniting that relationship for
that's
like
fine.
6 periods. is
Okay.
pretty alright.
Well, okay.
Longest relationship, I think, is the relationship I'm still in.
Yes.
Kicking it at 5,
Woohoo!
4 or 5. I don't
She's
know.
gonna be mad.
One of it, right?
We all know. Huh?
But enough about us. Nobody cares about us.
Nobody
Actually,
cares about us.
today we are talking about the long and short relationships that happen in our lives, right?
Yeah.
Are we the kind of people who plan for the long term, or are we only in it
To quit it.
to get out, right?
Oh. Hit
Because
it.
you know.
In it, to hit it, to quit
Yep.
it.
So
Bang,
okay,
bang.
show of hands.
Not like they can see.
No, like you say. Okay,
Let's
let's
say
say
show of me's. Okay, say me.
show of me's. How many of us are in for a long-term relationship? 3, 2, 1. Me.
Me?
So
Hello?
that's 3 out of 4 people. That leaves.
Why? Wait. 3
Okay.
out of 4 people?
That
Who
means
didn't say
someone
me?
on this table
It's-
didn't say me.
It's not that.
Oh.
Okay.
no.
Okay.
You don't
Tiara,
wanna really?
Tiara, nobody knew who
No
we were
one
talking
said it.
just
No
now.
one said it was you.
Okay, Tiara. Tell us why you don't actually mean what we're saying right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Okay.
your choices are now either long term
Yeah.
or in it to quit it.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
But you're
no,
neither.
sorry. Long term or short term?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I am committed to my relationship,
Right.
Okay.
but I am fearful of
The future.
putting of
putting?
giving it like okay, in 5 years from now we're gonna do all these things.
Great.
In 10 years from now we're gonna do all these things.
Great.
Yeah.
You gotta
'Cause
you
if it
gotta
doesn't
actually
happen-
speak closer to the mic. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. If it doesn't happen, then I feel like I will be like crushed.
Oh.
So I don't want to go through that. And yeah.
I think that's a
feel-
very good and valid point. Like I think so. Actually, the conversation is almost like how much of yourself do you give in a relationship?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mel, you were saying that when you touch hands and shake hands, you're ready to get married, right?
No,
sorry.
no. I never was a girl that sort of grew up dreaming about getting married. To be honest, I wasn't like dreaming my wedding. I just was like, if it happens, it happens, kind of thing. I
Right,
didn't
right.
really have that expectation. I think as well,
right,
it just wasn't in my goals.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But you mentioned earlier on before we started the podcast that you are the kind of person who prefers kind of like looking in the long term straight away.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
there's some part of me that is very traditional, and I think I am quite romantic.
Right.
So of course, I think I go into something, I'm giving it 110%.
Yeah.
And if
Right.
not, to be honest, I think it's a waste of time
Mm.
for me. Yeah, I just am
Okay.
like
Like me. Like
brave.
half an hour enough.
I just
Don't teach the young people.
Sorry. Right. Cool.
I just don't want to deal with it. I'm like, why
Right,
for the
right.
sake of a fling, and then what? I call it a cheap thrill, right? For the sake of a cheap
Right,
thrill,
right.
and then you have to deal with the whole
Yeah.
breaking up
Yeah.
or figuring.
Right.
I just would rather maybe not deal with that. and-
Okay.
yeah.
But I think I got. I mean, I'm not talking about my relationship, but I like that perspective because I think when we were growing up, when you're young and emotional and just emotional and
Yeah.
hormonal,
And young.
Agreed.
Yeah.
no one gets together not saying I will love you forever. Everyone
Yeah.
gets in. Everyone has this romanticized idea of like forever. Like, but baby, won't you love me? Of course I love you. Then MSN update status, love you forever, baby.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Everyone
true.
believes in a romanticized version of forever that lasts for like a few months.
It only
Yeah.
lasts until it's
Right.
inconvenient.
So we had a very wrong or a very jaded perception of
Yeah.
long-term relationships when we were young. Like long-term could mean like, oh, if I'm with you for standard 4 and standard until standard 3 of 23 to standard 4, sorry. Standard 3 to standard 4.
Is this guy going for remedial? Like
Sorry,
what's
form-
happening?
Form 2 to form 3. Okay, a bit
Okay.
more realistic. It's like a form 2 to form 3 was like a version of long.
Yeah.
When we were kids,
Yeah.
right?
Anything more than 6 months is long.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like those who grew up very actively dating like that have a very different version of long. Because those, like, for example, we never picked it up. Like, I'm going to bring out a trigger right now.
Oh.
People who celebrate month anniversary.
Oh, help me.
And
Don't
then-
even get me
and then-
started.
and
Don't let
then
me speak
those
on this.
progress to weekversaries. And I would just
Where
like,
does it stop? You know, like does it stop at day-series, hour-series,
Yeah.
minute-series?
Because I would think an anniversary is to celebrate an achievement of being together for a year.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
milestone.
But if you had to celebrate being together for a week,
How flimsy was your
it a
relationship?
feat?
Ooh. That's
Ooh,
a good. That's a good.
right?
Yeah.
Because like
that's
hey,
really
now,
going
now
on there.
now the thing is like I learned it's like you kind of program your brain to think that a week is a feat, like it's a big deal lasting a week, you know.
Yeah.
And then you slowly get into like, oh, maybe my long term is not long at all,
Yeah.
and then that goes. But I don't know. I feel like, oh man, I mean, Tiara is at a place where, for example, she's a good heart, good girl.
Thank you.
She don't mess around.
That's right.
She don't
Well,
roam the
I
streets
mean,
at
we-
night.
we don't know
But we
that.
don't know that.
we can't.
Well,
we can't say
to
for
clarify.
certain.
But
Yeah.
you see, but I think there are people who go into it like I want the long term, like the
Yeah,
long term,
yeah.
and then people like Tara like I don't know what's happening in the future, and you never know. Either one could
Yeah.
make it, either one could not make it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
what actually makes the difference? You think?
Oh, like, makes the difference.
Right, because I've had friends who like you said, have been dating from high school,
Right.
7-9 years,
Yeah.
break up,
Yeah.
and then
That's
friends
so
who get together in like a year,
Yeah.
walk
And they
down
get
the
married.
aisle happily ever after.
I think just to kind of like bring the conversation back to what we're talking about, in terms of commitment, right? It's always scary to kind of like put yourself out there, because something wrong might happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And even in MingH's position, I mean, people who are married, right? Not just MingH, anyone who's married, there's still the chance that something goes wrong and then they decide to
Yeah.
unmarry,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's sad though.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean,
that's sad.
unfortunate, but I think that everyone's got experiences and relationship issues, right? Like I've been hurt from so many relationships that even coming into a new relationship, I have a wall.
My pants tingle
I don't know about that. What?
Please clarify.
with pain.
Okay. I'm afraid to open up to someone new.
Right,
I'm
right,
afraid
right,
to
right.
kind of like be, hey, this is 100% of me.
Yeah.
Because like, what if this person just packs up, moves on again, right?
Yes.
And you don't want to do that. But at the same time, when you do that, I feel like if you don't give your 100%, if you don't try, that person will never be able to give it as
possibility
well.
of that relationship,
Yep.
like the success possibility.
It only goes as far as you
Decreases.
allow it to be.
Yes.
Do you okay?
Right.
What? Who is at this point in time giving 100% to the relationship?
I feel like I could give more. I really feel I could give more.
Yeah.
And we have people who are just nodding.
Tara, what would you think?
I honestly, I feel like I don't know how to
You
measure
also gotta
it.
speak closer
Right,
to
right,
the mic.
I don't know how to measure what is 100%. Like
Right.
I feel there's only committed and not committed.
Okay,
Right.
so-
You're either
okay,
in
so
in
are
that
you-
ship or you're out of
Are
it.
you
Like,
are you committed?
Mel
or not?
looks like she got something to say about
Mel,
this.
let's hear it, Mel.
I think also for Tiara, like this is your first relationship. You know, I only got to the point where I felt that I could safely be like, even mouth the words to the person I could not like,
Oh.
I could see myself marrying you, or
Yeah,
like I could have
correct.
babies with you. Like I
Oh.
want to. This only happened for me very recently, and I'm
Right.
28. I was not feeling that way in my first relationship. I'm not talking about high school. I'm talking about first relationship as
Right,
an
right, right.
adult. I was still like, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
really difficult.
Yeah.
Like to say that's scary.
correct.
So
Right.
I think it also we're all at different places,
Mm.
so you can't judge. It's not
Yeah,
fair
yeah,
to
yeah.
judge. It's sort of each other.
Right.
Everyone's at different
Commitment is
spots.
commitment is also like a muscle that you grow over time.
True.
Yeah.
Like that confidence in commitment, maybe. Like
Oh,
maybe
yes.
I come from a different world because like I'm gonna try to keep this short, right? When I married Suyen and I got the baby,
Yeah.
things started to feel more and more right. And I one day I remember I sitting down to Suyen and talking to her like, hey, you know what? I just got it. I figured out why my relationships never worked.
Yeah.
Because I told her like I think I was my default settings in my system, I think I was meant to be a husband and a dad and never a boyfriend. Like no, don't say oh it sounds great now. You don't get it. But it was painful in high school when
Yeah.
no one was looking for a husband.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You see, you could be looking for a boyfriend,
Right.
but not a husband. You could be looking for a wife, but not a girlfriend. You get what I mean? You kind of get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So maybe our default settings are different. Some people kind of grow into it, and some people are like expectations is just different from the start.
Hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's my take on it.
I think for me as well, I why I never saw myself or had that vision in my head of like my goal is to get married or
Right.
have that was honestly because I didn't have sounds so kind of crappy, but I didn't really see a lot of married couples
They were working out.
that were working out. I
Right.
want to saw even
Do
my
you think
parents
that's a
had
factor
a.
though, right?
It is. My parents had I'd say definitely had to work through things in their
Right.
marriage, and you see everything, you hear everything, and
Right,
that
right.
definitely affected
That
my
affects you,
perspective.
yeah, definitely,
You
right?
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just didn't think I had a lot of good, like, good
Good examples.
good
Role
examples, role models, you know,
right.
growing up.
Right. What about you, Tiara?
I agree with Mel over here.
You're real touchy right now. But it's true. Would you say that your experience of the world has jaded or has affected your choices
Yeah.
to be optimistic?
I think I am. Growing up, I was very optimistic. I was very.
You
I,
are a romantic girl.
I was a romantic.
You the
I
Twilight
was-
girl.
It's true. And when it came to guys when I was in high school, I think because I had such a bubble of what like love or romance could be, I was so scared of like getting into a relationship. Like every guy that like even if like the moment I could sense that they liked me, I was like out the door. It's like we were just friends.
you know
but
what?
I was freaking out.
That's exactly what Suyen told me. My wife told me.
Yeah.
Like she was more scared of the pain of breaking up.
Yeah.
And that discouraged her from dating
Correct.
entirely.
Yeah.
Like I am her first official boyfriend. That's how much fear she had of relationships.
Yeah.
But I really admire that about her because she actually stuck to it compared to the rest of us who are like just pansies. I'm like, I don't feel breakup, bring it on. Love is king. Love conquers all. And then someone breaks up, it's like, please help me, I'll die.
Oh, that.
But yeah, could it be the fear of pain that guides? I mean, what am I talking about? It is the fear of pain that guides a lot of people.
So we were just asking, I was just asking everyone on the table whether you feel like there are parts of you in a relationship where you can't give all of yourself, that you are reserving
Right.
a certain amount of it just because you are afraid.
Works both ways.
Yeah.
Not that for those who can't see the long term, is there a tendency like, oh, because I can't see the future, I'm not going to give all of my heart yet.
Yeah.
And for those who see the long term, is there a tendency like, okay, I'm going to save some of my heart and slowly open up? Like, what do you think?
What's
Is there
your
a
take
thing?
on that, Tiara?
I think since being in a relationship, my viewpoint has changed over time.
Oh, yeah, we see that.
At the early stages, I was way scared,
I think that the word is confused.
way more confused,
Right.
way more insecure. Everything. I was just very scared, but I knew I wanted to be in a relationship.
That's a great first step.
Yummy,
it's
yummy.
weird. Like I was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
scared,
yeah.
but I just
lips. Oh, sorry.
Is that
continue.
food?
Sorry, what?
Continue.
Okay.
So, what helped over time? Like initially, when he wanted to make plans with me, I could only make plans for like the week. Like, okay, I'm going to see you
I
next
was
week.
going to ask,
I
like, make
can-
plans, like, for the
like,
future?
As in, like, we make plans for within the month.
Ah, okay.
We couldn't.
Okay.
I was too afraid to make plans 5 months down the road, 6 months down the road, because
Oh my
that was
gosh. Are
like
you
for me was
serious?
already in the future.
Okay,
What if
does he
we-
know this?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, great.
Like I was just very scared of anything remotely far,
Oh
which
my gosh.
which was
Okay.
more than a month.
That's intense.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't know
really
this.
don't think it's that intense.
Really?
You don't think
it's-
if you started dating someone, they were like, hey,
Okay,
know,
see,
3
maybe that's
months.
why I told you my default settings are really different.
okay. But if someone's like, hey, 3 months family dinner, okay? And you're like,
Oh, sorry. No,
we
that's
just
crazy.
started it. But that's what you're trying to say. It's just like,
No,
we
I
just
think,
started.
I think things like, hey, what do you want to do for your birthday next year?
Yeah,
See, that's
like,
casual,
like I
but
can't-
it's also like, whoa,
See,
I
that-
Right.
yeah,
No,
that's
I would
tricky.
also, I just started,
Really? Sneaky,
I
you
just
know?
like
started
Okay.
dating
birthdays,
like,
concerts.
I would just go like, oh, next
no,
year.
I'm with you.
okay.
I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
It's
understand.
It was quite scary until it came to a point when I think what changed was the more things I went through in life, the more lows I had when he was there, built confidence that okay,
This guy is
I
actually
can,
running.
I
He's
can,
actually sticking around.
yeah,
It's a real deal.
I can rely on you. I can depend on you. Oh, I can
Okay, just want to like disclaimer. This want to say disclaimer. Like we've known Tiara for about
since 2016.
3 years
Oh my
now.
lord.
And we've become very protective of Tiara.
4 years.
We've become, how are you counting that?
That's true.
2016,
3
17,
years.
18, 19. Come on.
Okay,
That's
well,
true, that's
the point is, we've become very protective of Tiara. So even like we've known this guy even
Yeah.
before we knew Tiara.
It was a tough time.
But when Tiara and him got together, we were so protective.
yeah,
I
that was a
remember.
tough time.
I remember
That was a
that
tough
time.
time for me.
But I'm so happy that like you are where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And I think
Full approval.
the bigger thing is that I'm so proud that you are like, you know that there are things that you're struggling with.
No,
Yeah.
but today she can talk about
Yeah,
it.
and she's talking about
back
it.
then.
Last time it's like
Communicating
what?
with tears.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
she's
I don't know.
denial,
I don't know.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's like you also notice that there's a growth and change in you
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah.
You start
Because
to open up, right?
he also pointed it out. He's like, oh, look who's making plans 2 months down the road.
Wow.
And then do you
Okay.
like go back into your shell?
It's like, oh
shit,
yeah.
no.
No, then it's like, then I was aware of my
Progress.
change, yeah.
That's
Which
great.
I think is a good thing.
Oh.
But so even when you talk about like now, am I reserving anything now where I am? And I've been in this relationship 2 years
Yeah,
plus.
yeah.
Right.
It's more like, because like Mel said, like so many people break up, and for me it's in my family a lot of like I could never imagine those people breaking up.
Understand.
That was what scared me
Right.
the most. But I because they are able to pick themselves up and they are not necessarily in a relationship now, I feel like they must have some kind of like self-strength. Like you
Right.
don't need to be in a relationship to be to
To be
live,
you. Yeah.
to
Right.
be you. So I would like to think that it's not so much that I reserve a part of myself that I'm not giving, but I want to think that if we break up, I'm going to be okay. But
Okay.
I don't know if that's reserving, because initially I said I was going to be crushed, and that's why I'm not thinking ahead. So I feel I'm like
It's
I'm
gotten
like,
better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
I'm
a-
still figuring myself out. I
Right,
don't know
right.
what I want.
But the important thing to highlight here is, I think it has gotten better.
Yeah, it's
Mm-mm-mm.
gotten better. I'm
Cool.
not very articulate when it comes
Right.
to feelings.
Right.
I think you articulated that
No.
beautifully.
How about taking a breather from that really point from Tiara. Mel, do you go into your relationships blazing, heart ablazing,
No,
all pistons go?
no,
Not at all.
no, I don't.
How does it work then? Is it 100% from the get-go, or like after you pass a certain test, a hurdle?
There's no test or no necessarily hurdle.
Is
Chemistry?
there a sign? Okay.
Yeah, a sign.
Chemistry?
There we go. A sign.
No, the relationships have been so different. They've all been really, really different.
Right.
I don't. There's not like a point in time that I was like, yes. I definitely think there's a reservation. I don't even know if I was like wanted to get married until probably like recently. Anyways, like past
That's nice.
just
Right.
like recently.
But I would feel some of these things come with age,
it does come
like
with
just
age.
growing up, right?
Yeah.
Maybe hanging out with Haley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am not going to deny that
Yeah.
because my baby cute.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Then what would you think? Like when Tiara was sharing, like
Yeah.
there is a part of you that you hold back. I mean, based on baggage, like you know,
Yes.
like your past relationships, like MingY. How is your approach into that if you're planning for, I want this to be long term?
Okay. Well, I've been on the side of being in a relationship that person was giving all
Right.
and I wasn't.
Right.
And that's not fair.
Right.
Yeah.
That was not fair. I felt
Painful.
a lot of pressure, and that was a big problem in the relationship because they were like, "Yep, this everything all I
Nah,
want
nah,
this is
nah,
this,"
nah,
and
nah.
I was like, "I don't know."
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure. I was questioning myself. I'm like, the fact that, is this right? Maybe it is right. Maybe this is a mature relationship. Maybe in time that will change for myself. And but in the end, it was really unfair to that other person
Right.
who was giving everything.
Yeah.
And I was on the other end, just not sure.
So there was, as much as I think honestly you have felt horrible for the other person.
Yeah.
But there was that switch that went off in your head,
Yep.
and you're like, you know what? Someone else deserves this.
Yes.
Okay, we hear this a lot. Don't get me wrong. The whole like it's not you, it's me. You need someone better. It's been thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does come from a very self-realization, like a self-awareness that it just clicks in your brain. It does come from a quote-unquote right place. I won't say good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say right place. And that has happened for you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And how did the guy take it?
Not good.
We all know the answer.
Not good.
I guess I'd like to say that I've never, like, I'm not saying this proudly. I've never been on that side. I am the type that goes in all guns blazing, but not so much as in like I'm overwhelming. It's more of like,
How do you know?
I don't show up every night with flowers. Okay, it's not like I want you to meet my parents immediately. It's more that I feel there's like this reflex for me where if I'm committed to you and I promised you, I don't break my promise, and that's it. For me, I come from that breed, that species of humans, which is like, if I give you my word, that's my word. And if I say I'm going to stick to it, I'm going to stick to it, you know? And I guess that's why, like, for me, like, other people might see, like, marriage as, like, oh, it's just a piece of paper, right? But if you, like, oh, I love what Dave Chappelle said about this. If marriage to you is just a piece of paper and there's no significance or spirituality or a sense of deep emotional connection to it, don't get married. Right? But for me, it is a sacred thing. And I feel that it goes in line with what I've been my whole life. Like, if I commit to you, girl, I commit to you, like, no matter what. To a point where I've been in a relationship that I got cheated on. I forgave the girl in a few hours and continued on the relationship, only to have her break up with me again. And I was the one begging her to get back with me, even after all of that. I discovered a lot of myself during that relationship. Yeah, and it was painful. Okay, but it did not make sense when I was younger because no one was ready to commit like that. But it makes sense now. Like, a lot of people, like, okay, I gotta put it out there because our lives are very public. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, hashtag relationship goals. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. I'm like, I am not. I am blessed because y'all don't know what I've walked to get to the aisle, you know?
Right.
You
Oh,
all
that's true.
don't know. That's why, the wedding, right? The aisle was so significant to me because it was like the finish line of the first lap. And you all don't know the road that I walked to get to the aisle, you know? To me, that you see, even my wedding was very significant for me because my default settings were, hey, I'm a commit. That's it. But if you don't have that within you, if you're like, some people have insecurities. I have some insecurities, but commitment does not come naturally.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it there. Yeah, you got to work on it.
It's a muscle.
It is a muscle.
It is a muscle.
And
Yeah.
That is the only muscle in me that has six pack. Like, nothing else.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I have to. Like, I'm not saying no. Don't say wow. But yeah, long term. Yeah, that to me is long term. And I don't know about you guys listening. I don't know the demographics of the people listening to our podcast. But if you're young, you know, and you're going to school and you're looking for forever love, take a piece of advice from me. Someone comes up to you and say, like, I'll love you forever. Don't say yes. I'm just putting it out there. Because, okay, quick fire round. Number of friends for you guys who dated in high school still together now?
Wow.
Percentage out of 100.
Wow.
I don't even.
I don't even.
I have none.
I got two.
I got two.
You got two?
I got 2, 3. I got 2, 3.
Out of?
Well,
What?
I can't say that.
I'm going to say out of 100, I got like maybe one.
I've got
Yeah,
friends
maybe
like 10
one.
years. 9-10 years.
I do know those friends.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And they're still very lovey.
But don't you think those are rare,
yeah, they are rare.
right? Because, okay, how long do we have? Like,
Not much,
okay.
man.
And then they didn't live together.
Yeah.
I,
So, oh boy.
I think, okay, just kind of like, before we go off into a completely different topic, when it comes to relationships and kind of being in a relationship, long term or short term, I think, like all of us, I think we've all have very different kind of experiences with it.
Right.
But I think it's good to remember and know that nobody's wrong or nobody's right. It's your own journey.
We all
it's
will
your
make
personal
mistakes,
experience.
you know?
And I think the most important thing, which I feel is so beautiful of someone like Tiara as well, is that the fact that you're able to reflect upon it and kind of like be self-aware of where you are. Because like the worst thing to be in a relationship is to be a completely ignorant person, right? Ignorant to your partner's feelings and to your own feelings. Like I think that's the worst thing. And so I want to say good job.
Thank you.
Good job for being aware of like where you are and where you could be. And I think that applies for everyone else who's listening as well. If you find that you've been in a sticky situation when it comes to a relationship and you feel like you don't know how to commit or you don't know how to grow, talk to some people around you, man. Like I'm sure you don't have to go through it alone.
Let me talk to the people who kind of seem like they're having a good relationship.
Yeah, like don't go speak to the single people.
Yeah, the
obviously
one that's
they're
like
single
really
for a reason.
bitter and all,
right?
like, who believes in love?
Yeah, no. Or send in some questions and tell us your story and maybe we could talk about it as well.
Do you have any lasting words of advice for the peoples, these two ladies? Like who are both in beautiful relationships.
Yeah.
Mel literally sends a partner to the hospital. Like literally saves him from the brink of death. Like I'm not even kidding
I'm a
right
Google
now.
doctor right here.
You know, and Tiara is like literally is in a healthy relationship to be able to work with her partner.
Yes.
So you guys have succeeded in certain ways, you know. Any words of real advice?
Yeah. I think by the words of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh wow. Quote.
Yeah. If you can't love yourself, how are you gonna love anybody else? So
yeah.
you gotta, you gotta be able to. You gotta
Love yourself.
you gotta love yourself first. You gotta make sure that you are happy. You gotta be able to take
That's
care
right,
of
that's
yourself.
right.
I know you're not gonna be able to take care of someone.
That's right.
That's true.
And don't.
It's true.
Right. Go
Amen,
in with the
amen.
right intentions.
I feel that's
Tiara?
great advice. Self-love.
How about your advice?
My advice. Am I in a place to give advice?
Yes. The best advice you got at this moment in time in life.
I think what's most important when you're in a relationship is that you can communicate with the other person how you really feel, and you don't have to always censor yourself for fear of hurting their feelings, because
Right.
then you're not being honest,
Because
and
no,
in the long
worst
run
thing,
it's
the
gonna hurt.
worst thing you can do in a relationship is be quiet.
Yeah.
That's hurtful.
Yeah.
That was me, like initially, like I was very quiet for a long time. I couldn't talk about issues that I was dealing with because I felt like you knew me as this girl who was like always happy, smiling. You don't know the side of me that's like sad and
The
stuff.
dark
So I
side.
don't want to show you that.
Then you come to the studio and cry.
Then I come to the
You're like,
office and be
"What's
real
wrong?"
professional.
What about you, Ming? What's the advice?
I don't know, man.
Wow.
It's not a competition,
Correct.
right?
Wow.
And you don't have to post about your weaker series and Montessori's. Like nobody cares about that. If anything, people hate you more.
Snaps.
Right?
Snaps.
This
Newsflash.
I gotta say it. I gotta let you know.
News-
But in all honesty, everyone has bad experiences. Everyone has luggage. Everyone has things that they're afraid of, and it's fine to be afraid of those things. But we let's all strive to be the best versions of ourselves.
Just be
today.
honest with it, you know?
Right. I think there is a place that where we are right now that we can see in 5 to 10 years time. I want to be a better person for myself and my future partner.
Correct.
Even if you're single right now,
Yeah.
be a better person for your future partner because you wouldn't want anything less as well.
Actually, that's
Yes.
a great way to end
Yeah.
it because I was
That's
gonna. I didn't have much advice unless I put a ring on it. So
That is not good advice, Leonard.
okay, how about this?
Oh gosh.
In the season that I met my wife,
Yes.
I was coming out of a really bad relationship. And for some reason, I just knew that if I was going to get together with this girl, I had one prayer. And I was like, no matter what, just make me the man this woman needs.
Wow.
Sure.
That was it. And I live by that principle to always be the partner that my partner needs. And that has worked for me. Also, maybe just as a fun trivia moment for the end,
Yes.
these are the two most effective sentences of relationship advice I've ever been given.
I know
Happy
you're gonna
wife,
say
happy life.
Yes, dear, you're right.
it. And I'm sorry.
Yes, dear, I'm sorry. 100% you guys will end up married happily ever after.
I agree.
But hey, it sounds kind of shallow, but if we have a day to break it apart, just trust me on that, okay?
Just want to say thank you so much to the two beautiful ladies for opening up their heart and sharing their stories with us. Thank you, Mel and Tiara.
Thank you.
We are always open for your love lives and lives here in the studio. Thanks so much for everyone who's been watching and listening to the podcast. We love you. Thank you so much for supporting it. Share with us your favorite moments, what you're listening to right now. Tag us so we know you're live.
Yeah, we actually talk about topics you guys suggest.
Yeah, we
so
legit
get
do.
on the social medias.
Until the next time, have a blessed week. Stay safe. Love hard.
Love right.
Love hard and love right.
Love hard.
Tiara, why don't you give them a one-liner they can take?
Stay safe.
I'm going to give you a second chance to that one.
Mel, your turn.
Go, Mel.
Give them a one-liner to walk away with.
Walk. Never mind. That's good. Find love in the right place.
Yes! I love that one. Thank you so much, ladies. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.